Well, hello friends, I'm on my way to the airport again. Patrick decided to fly back in because Jennifer is in such a bind in trying to get not only the house done, but get her other house moved. So I'm going to pick him up. He's going to stay here another week and then come back again, he says, in May. But what I thought I would try to do is get you a little bit of footage on the repair gorge, which is the area where I-40 runs through the mountains here between Tennessee and North Carolina. Anyway, I thought I would try to get you a little bit of footage on the update on the interstate. Well, it's hard to see, but this is the area right here that actually fell off down into the river, causing so much trouble because there's really only one lane over there right now. I don't know if you can see, but the river is just right below that wall. There's another section that caved way off down into the river. And then here's the big section right up here, the largest section. That is a massive effort that they've got going on over there to shore both lanes eastbound on that side. Tell you what, it's going to be a while before that they can get that both lanes actually going back. I don't know what they really have planned here. I guess they're going to build that back up and try to put that lane back in there. A lot of debris that they're having to clean up out of that river and on the side of the banks and everything, just to get us back to where we were to start with before the flood.
Well, y'all, I am back, just like I said, but a week later this time, and Jennifer has a lot of work to do, so we got to get busy so we can get her in her brand new home.
Well, that's the best that I can do on the update of I-40. It's still going to be quite some time before that they can get that road fixed. I'll tell you what, water can literally move mountains. Well, we made it back finally, and I'm walking down here to Jennifer's house because I heard that the electricians were down here working and they may have some of the lights in. So let's go check it out. Okay guys, we got some lights now. This is what it's going to look like in her big room right there. And then you got the two right here up over the kitchen where I'm standing. There's another look at her big room right there. Then right here is her bedroom. Well, we only found one mistake. They've got, which should be a three-way switch, is not. So we're going to have to mention that to them. But other than that, she does at least have lights and some power where she can plug in now, and we don't have to use any generators. So there's the job that we did, putting that first piece on right there. And now we were all the way hooked up on the power. So Patrick and I, we had never done that before. That was our first time, and we passed inspection. How about that?
Yeah, with some nylon string.
That was still his favorite part of that last video.
Some folks actually commented, why didn't we use a saw or a handsaw? And it's because there was 2 4/0 cables and 1 2/0 cable inside that pipe.
Yeah,
we don't want to nick those.
We didn't want to score the insulation on that wire that was inside the pipe. So that was the reason that we were using that nylon string. Well, friends, let me see if that'll work up there in the corner. Patrick and I are heading out to pick up Jennifer's doors that she ordered. So we're going to try to get all of them in the truck here. So we will see you at Lowe's.
How you want to load this?
Well, friends, we were able to get all the doors in the back. One of them actually had fell off the cart and cracked, so we had to go and replace it. Then we stopped at the battery store and got a couple of batteries, one for the generator and one for the four-wheeler because it wouldn't start. So we're heading back. We'll see you at the cabin. All right, guys, we made it home. We got these 7 doors right here. We only had to stop once and unload them all and load them a different direction. So, because we made one turn and they all went like a bunch of cards.
We also got some batteries here for some of the equipment that we have, like the utility vehicle and the generators. While Dad was grading the driveway, I started going around checking all the batteries and the equipment just to see what all we needed. And
this one I think is the four-wheeler.
yeah, this one is.
And then this is one of the generators. And since I'm only using one now because they're about $100 a piece, I went ahead and got one. We're going to put it over there by the juice shack because it does crank manually, but
it's a lot easier to push the button.
Yeah. So we got those 2 right there that we'll be putting on, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till the floor is down to put these doors in. That way we don't have to try to cut the jambs off underneath. I'll just measure, and if they need any cut, I'll cut them off before we slide them into place there. But at least we have them now. And the other thing, that her mom's here now helping her get packed. They have to start moving things, I think, Sunday. There's still a whole lot to do down there. What else was it they got accomplished? She got a satellite for internet for Stephen because he has to have that for work. I think that they're about halfway with all the electrical plugs now and switches. They had forgot the line for the well. So in order to get into the panel box, they had to tear out the bottom of the wall so that they could pull a new wire through there. But they went to the other end of the house with a 220 service to be able to hook up to the well. And once they dig the ditch on the side of the house there to put the water line in, they're going to lay that in the same ditch. So they got some ceiling fans hung in there, and we got the window upstairs in Stephen's little room. We got that framed out. Got to actually go meet the guy Friday afternoon because he said there's 2 pallets. We're going to put one on this truck and one on his truck. And then he will be here Saturday morning, I believe, bright and early, and we're going to start some flooring. So there's still quite a bit to do, guys. Well, Patrick just informed me that they dug the ditch on that side of the house. So we're going to grab the GoPro. We're going to grab the GoPro. We're going to head down there, and we're going to check it out. So we'll see you down there. All right, friends, one thing I realized, I can't leave that there because that's where the pipe is that goes to the septic tank. So we're going to have to move that over where that other edge is. This edge is going to have to sit there. And the left side of the air conditioning unit is going to have to be over there because we can't cover that up. It wouldn't make sense to do that. Well, looks like they did dig her water line in there. Then they went inside right there, looks like, down below, and all the way out through there. And then it's covered up to the well. So we're in good shape, guys. So there you go. There's your little update on Jennifer's place. They're still inside doing some work on the electrical. We're not going to bother them. So we're going to head back up here to the top of the hill. We'll see you up there. It does look a little different out there when green starts popping out on the trees. We've got dogwoods that are in full bloom now. Okay, you can see that dogwood there. There's some behind it. There's one right over there by the sawmill. And then all these right over here. Dogwoods always pop out right after the Bradford pear trees do. So it won't be long and all the rest of the leaves will be coming out. Going to get those doors. Patrick says, well, it's a pretty spring day, isn't it? I said, yeah, it's just a little on the chilly side though. Of course, that goes along with spring too, doesn't it, guys? I wanted to ask Patrick, since he didn't get in on any of it, none of the digging the holes down there for that solar array or putting this juice shack together.
Yeah.
What do you think about this little project here?
Well, I normally leave all of the hard work for him, and I just come up here and enjoy all of it. No, but it's very neat. You know, I watch it on film. I see the previews whenever he's making the videos, and then you come up here, and when you actually see it with your own eyes, and you can open the door and walk in there, it's really, really neat to be able to have your batteries for your cordless tools,
electric cords, everything.
All that stuff is in there. Pretty much anything electrical based is in this little hut, and it's really neat. I'm going to tell you again, if you're looking for a solar system, if you're looking for a backup, if you're looking to be off grid like this, that EG4 XP6000 by Signature Solar, that's a mouthful. Yeah, it is.
I didn't stutter either. Okay, give me some credit. Is a really, really nice system. Actually, it's plug and play.
Yeah.
It screwed with me a little bit because I had the cord plugged into the wrong port.
Yeah.
But if I'd have known which port to plug it into, everything else was primarily done by pictures, guys, because I had no idea what I was doing when I did this.
Yep.
And I didn't know what this building would look like before it was done either.
He just said I wanted to look like a storefront.
I kind of had an idea.
Yeah, like my dad was saying, EG4, it makes incredible stuff. Go check out Signature Solar. The link is in the description. They have lower wattage and higher wattage kits available, and even the 6000 kit that we have is expandable itself, where you can add on more inverters, you can add on other batteries, and it just simply works.
Anyway, friends, that's about all that we've got for today. We're going to have to get in there and edit this video so we can actually get it out. So I'm going to let Patrick do it.
Really?
Anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. We really do appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you back up here at the cabin
again next time.